This is TWiT.
This episode of iFive for the iPhone is brought to you by lynda.com, the online learning platform with over 3,000 on-demand video courses to help you strengthen your business, technology, and creative skills. For a free 10-day trial, visit lynda.com/iFive. That's lynda.com/IFIVE. Welcome to iFive for the iPhone, episode 139. I am Megan Morrone, and this is the show where I scour the world for the latest iPhone apps, tips, and tricks, and of course, news. Let's get right to the good stuff. Number one, I am not embarrassed to tell you that more than once I've been called the Instagram police. I'm thinking of getting this t-shirt made for myself. A few weeks ago, I talked about Layout, an Instagram app that lets you create a collage of pictures. One benefit of this is that you don't flood your followers' feeds with your photos. Collages aren't the only way to avoid over-Instagramming. If you want to post more than one photo, consider scheduling them to appear at intervals so the rest of us get a break and get to look at someone else's pictures. Instagram does not make it easy to schedule photos for later. No social networks do. Why? Because they want you to keep coming back to their site or their app as often as possible. That is their game. I did find an app that lets you get around this, sort of. Latergramme is free and worth a try if you don't feel like being so Insta about your Instagrams. First, allow the app to connect to your Instagram account. Tap the camera icon. Take a picture or choose a photo from your library. For example, I like participating in Throwback Thursday, but I always forget and I'm all, it's Friday, and so not right to post those baby pictures of my children now that they're tweens. I guess I'll just have to wait until next Thursday when I'll probably forget again. But with Latergramme, you can choose a photo from your library, write your caption, then select the date and time that you want to post it. Click OK. Then upload. My only gripe is that it doesn't autofill people you follow if you want to tag them. The photo also won't automatically post on that date and time that you've chosen. Instagram won't let apps do that. But you'll get a notification at the time you've scheduled, and it makes it easy to just swipe right and post immediately. You can also add photos from the web at latergramme.me. Now, if you're prone to posting inappropriate photos in the moment that you tend to regret later, this app is also great for giving you another chance to think twice before you completely embarrass yourself again. Number two, I love books. I love books so much that when I can't be reading them, I want to be listening to them. I've been an Audible subscriber for forever, but to save money, sometimes I use Librivox. Have you heard of this? It's awesome. Anyone can volunteer to read a book in the public domain and upload it to Librivox for our listening pleasure. Most of the books come from Project Gutenberg, the free ebook collection that's been around in one form or another since 1971. The Librivox iPhone app is free and very easy to use. You can search for a title or a keyword, or you can browse by title, author, or genre. They have fiction, they have nonfiction, novels, biographies, short stories, poetry, and more. You can either stream the book or download it to listen offline.
One morning, as Gregor Samsa was waking up from anxious dreams, he discovered that in bed he had been changed into a monstrous...
If you're listening to this right now, then you're probably already the type of person who appreciates edification through the spoken word. But maybe you don't already know how much kids like to listen to audiobooks, or how you can listen to them together as a family on a road trip while you're looking outside at the scenery instead of down at the iPad. Librivox has a huge selection of classic kids' books like The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, My Father's Dragon. There's also tons of traditional fairy tales in all their undisneyfied gory glory, plus a whole host of other bizarre Grimm's fairy tales that Disney did not know what to do with, so the stories might be new to your kids. If you're handing over your device to a child, you can even go into the settings so that Librivox just displays family-friendly books. Since all the readers are volunteers, their quality tends to vary. If you find a narrator you like, click on his or her name to listen to everything they've read. Hosting for Librivox is donated by the Internet Archive. If you feel compelled to donate to the project, you can do so at librivox.org, or donate your time by reading a classic or two or three. Number 3, are you as baffled about choosing the best music streaming service as I am? Right now, I pay for ad-free Pandora just out of loyalty, ease, and its ability to help me find new music. But I also pay for Google Play Music because my daughter likes to use it on her Android phone, and we can't both listen to Beats at the same time on different devices. Did I mention that I also pay for Beats? And in a sense, I also pay for Amazon Music because I'm an Amazon Prime member. And as an Amazon Prime member, I not only get free shipping, free select streaming TV and movies, and free access to the Kindle owner's lending library of ebooks, I also get free access to Amazon Prime Music on my iPhone using the Amazon Music app. Now, you will find that the Amazon Prime Music library is not nearly as large as Spotify, Pandora, Google Play, or Beats. The experience of looking for music that you want to listen to is not that different than the experience of finding any free Prime entertainment, ebooks, movies, TV. There are a few gems, but mostly it's a lot of However, a few weeks ago, Amazon announced a new feature for iOS called Prime Stations. Prime Stations works like Pandora, learning from what you like as you highlight the songs that you want to listen to and skip the ones that you don't. Now, unlike Pandora, even the Pandora you pay for, Amazon Prime Stations allows you unlimited skips. Also, unlike Pandora or Beats, your Amazon Music library includes your own music that you've bought from Amazon. Now, that includes CDs you've purchased from Amazon back in the day when you used to buy CDs, or it includes digital music you've downloaded. Your music library also includes any of your own personal music that you've uploaded to Amazon Cloud Storage, which you also get free as an Amazon Prime member. So if you're already a Prime member and you don't mind the somewhat limited library of music that you haven't paid for, and you want to cut down on your monthly music subscriptions, try Amazon Prime Music. It's free in the App Store. You don't need to be an Amazon Prime member to use it, just to get those extra features. Today's episode is brought to you by lynda.com, the online learning platform for the curious. Are you looking to develop an iPhone app? Lynda.com has courses on Swift Essential Training and Objective-C Essential Training. They also have an amazing course for beginners called Building a Note-Taking App for iOS 8, which will teach you how to create a complete iPhone note-taking app from start to finish. There's even a course on programming for non-programmers for iOS 8. And just because you're not a programmer doesn't mean your kids can't be. My children and I are taking the course Teach Kids Programming with iOS with Todd Perkins, because there comes a time in every parent's life when you realize that your children are smarter than you are. So harness that now with lynda.com. With a lynda.com membership, you can watch and learn from top experts who are passionate about teaching. You can stream thousands of video courses on demand and learn on your own schedule and at your own pace. Courses are structured so you can watch them from start to finish or consume them in tiny bite-sized pieces. Download tutorials and watch them on the go, including access on your iPhone. Your lynda.com membership gives you unlimited access to training on hundreds of topics, all for one flat rate. Whether you're looking to become an expert, you're passionate about a hobby, or you just want to learn something new, visit lynda.com/iFive and sign up for your free 10-day trial. That's lynda.com/iFive, and we thank them for their support. And of course, when you support TWiT sponsors, you're supporting TWiT. So thank you. Number 4, if you are still using Safari to browse the web on your iPhone, stop. The Chrome browser on iOS is much better, and it just got an update that gives it a little more oomph. Here's what you can do with the new version. Swipe down to reload the page, swipe down and left to open a new tab, swipe down and right to close a tab. The new version of Chrome also includes support for LastPass and 1Password to make it easier to sync your secure passwords across all of your devices. If you use the Today view on your iPhone, you can add the Chrome widget, and you can now have one-touch access to open a new Chrome tab or do a voice search. Here's how the Chrome voice search compares to Siri. Siri, show me a video of BB-8.
Here are some videos of BB I found on the web.
That is not BB-8. Show me a video of BB-8. That was the droid I was looking for. Number 5, a few weeks ago on episode 137, I answered a question from Michael from Texas, who was looking for a way to send a group text without the group being able to reply all to the text. I suggested an app called Hobnob Invites, which is great for sending out invitations via text and preventing people from replying all to the message. I used it recently for my daughter's 12th birthday party, and it worked almost flawlessly. But it didn't exactly work for Michael, who just wanted to send regular texts that weren't associated with an event. Ed from Lawton, Oklahoma recommended an app called Group Text, and he says you can use the settings to create separate identical messages to be sent to a group of individuals. Ed adds that the author of the app is also great with supporting the product. And I got 2 emails about a similar app called Group Text Plus by Contrast, thanks to Shakita from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Steve from New Hampshire for this tip. This one looks pretty interesting. It lets you easily send gifts to your friends, but it costs $2.99 and is rated 12 plus for some suggestive humor in the app itself. And Nathan from San Antonio recommends Workflow for iOS by DeskConnect. This app is very cool. It lets you connect apps together to automate the things you do most commonly. It's kind of like Automator or the If This Then That service. Nathan sent me a set of commands that you can use to send group text without letting people reply all. I will put those commands in today's show notes. And finally, Joe from Wilmington, Delaware had another solution. He suggested using the BCC feature in email. For those people who only use text, use their texting addresses. So if they use Verizon, type their phone number and then at vtext.com. For T-Mobile, it's the phone number plus at tmomail.net. For AT&T, it's at txt.att.net. It's pretty easy to do a quick Google search to find out what the address is. Of course, this would require that you know what carrier they use. Thanks to everyone who provided feedback for Michael's question. And thanks to everyone who filled out our annual survey. The survey is done now, but if you still have feedback, I would love to hear it all. Are you interested in geekier apps, more photography apps, fewer tips for parents, more Star Wars references and fewer Star Trek references? I want you to keep watching, so send your feedback to iFive@twit.tv. And that does it for this episode. Thanks, as always, for sticking around till the bitter end. You get a prize. My appreciation. All of the apps, links, and other info from the show can be found at twit.tv/iFive. Email ideas, questions, or general feedback to iFive@twit.tv. I am Megan Morrone, and I will see you next week on iFive for the iPhone.
Bandwidth for iFive for the iPhone is provided by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.